5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, and hi everyone. Hi. Hello guys. Welcome to my channel. I have this big smirk on my face because I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to greet everyone here. Like, do I just say hi everyone? Do I say hi guys, welcome to my channel? I've been trying to figure that out. I wasn't sure what to say, but I guess we'll figure it out as we go. For now though, hello, happy new year, my name is Skele and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome to it. First, I just thought that I should maybe have the first video as a little type of thing, but not necessarily a get to know me, because I'm not like answering questions about myself or anything like that. I am just going to be talking about why I created this channel. I'll also then be sharing my journey into medical school. So let me formally introduce myself. Hi guys. My name is Skele and I am a medical student at the University of Pretoria in South Africa, and I am also a qualified oral hygienist, and in my spare time I love to create content. So to get into my med school journey, how I got here, let's start it from high school. I think once we started discovering careers and once we started exploring careers, I knew that I wanted to be in the health industry. Like, I knew that I wanted to work with sick people, or I wanted to work with people's health and work directly with people. But here and there, I'd think about it and I'd be like, maybe I do want to be a doctor. But then I'd like shy away from the idea very, very quickly, because who the hell do I think I am? Like, I'm not even like an AA student. Like, I'm just like your above average student, mostly average, but I'm not like a top student. So how do I think I'm going to be able to do medicine? So in high school I decided to, in grade 10, when we were choosing subjects, I decided to take economics, physical sciences, Medschool, as well as accounting. And I did accounting for 1 week. In the second week I could already feel I don't like this. What is this? I don't understand it, because obviously coming from grade 9 EMS, we all thought, hey bo, we can balance a journal, we can be accountants, but as we were getting into the theory of things, I was just like, actually no. And luckily that very same week my dad calls me and he's like, I can see you chose accounting as a subject. What you're going to do is drop accounting and take life sciences. So I was like, okay, cool. And anyway, I was just like, I didn't like the whole GARP concepts and just the theory behind accounting. We just started off on a very bad note, accounting and I. So I then dropped accounting after a week of taking it, and I took life sciences. Grade 11 for me was the worst year academically, particularly maths. My maths was horrible, guys. I remember my final report. I actually thought I was going to fail grade 11 because I was not doing well in maths. And during our final exams, or just before our final exams, my great grandmother passed away, and I could study for everything else, but for some odd reason, maths just wasn't happening. And I remember that year I didn't get invited to the prize giving award ceremony. So it was just like, I'm down bad. I was down bad. I remember when I went to go fetch my report, I was so scared. I was like, I don't know if I passed, because I really, really didn't know what a negative pass or what. Fine, the report came and all my other subjects were okay. The maths was 48. Mind you, we have to apply for university next year with our final grade 11 marks, and then you supplement it with your matric marks. That is the one report that I actually never showed to my parents, because I was like, 48 for maths. Yes. That is so bad. I want to give you a 0, but I can't do that. So I'm going to give you a 1.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
Getting that mark in maths made me wakker word when I got to matric, because I was like to my parents, listen guys, I'm struggling with maths and I am going to need a tutor. I'm going to need a one-on-one tutor to help me with maths. I also have to start applying. Now, obviously, like I said, medicine has always been at the back of my mind, but I was like, well, first of all, my grade 11 marks are horrible. So how the hell am I even going to have the audacity to apply to any university for medicine with a 48% mark from grade 11? How am I going to do that? So I was just like, what's happening, ne? Let me swallow whatever little pride that I have and be grand and just look onto something else. I applied for dentistry, I applied for oral hygiene, and I think I applied for like art, like performing arts at one of the other universities. Yeah, but those were like my, I also applied for BScs at the University of Pretoria, and I think at Stellenbosch. And in my applications, I did not apply for medicine at all, because I was like, who's going to accept me with those marks? No. And then now it's time to write our NBTs. That thing called NBTs, your national benchmark test, that is another pandemic on its own, if I'm being honest, guys. Like, there is no need for us to be writing those type of aptitude tests, or I don't know what those tests are for, but there's absolutely no need. They are so traumatizing. Apart from them being traumatizing, they're extremely difficult. You cannot teach us a certain curriculum and then expect us to know those things, you know? Like, super smart kids get those things. Rena, we work hard, but hey, please, even though working hard, you go through the most. For me, it was challenging. And I only passed 2 of the components. So I passed the English components and the math literacy components. The math components, I failed. I think I got like 30 something. Once results come out, I'm happy with my results, you know. So now I'm waiting for universities to accept me. My parents made it very clear to me, you're not going to do a BSc. Their main reasoning was that, look, if you take a BSc now, it's an extremely difficult degree. Say you do the BSc, where you're going to find a job, like job prospects. Yeah, that's what they were looking at, like job wise. Fine. And Navella, I was already like, whatever university sends me an acceptance first, that's the university I'm going to. Lo and behold, Vids was the first one to send me an acceptance letter, and I was like, say less, Vids, I'm coming to you. So I accept Vids's offer and I start at the Vids Dental School. I would say in my first year, I was like, okay, you know, I can work with teeth, because remember now, I've already decided medicine is not going to happen. I'm not smart enough for it. I didn't even bother to apply for it. So this is now what I have to, I don't want to say settle for, but this is what I have now. So fine, I go into it, and first year was okay, you know, like even my experience, it was fine. And here and there I'd see people, like, I think that's when I got to like see more and more black girls who were in medicine or like were doctors. That's where I got like my exposure. Like, there's so many black women, black girls who are in the medicine field, and I was like, you know. And that's also the year that I found out about the GEMP program at Wits, which is your graduate entry medical program, where you do a degree, and then from there you can get into medicine, and you only do medicine for 4 years. That's when I find out about it. My roommate and her friends were also like in that line of focus. Now I was like taking interest to it, like, oh, so I have another chance to try for this. And this time, I mean, I'm not doing maths, I'm not doing physics, it's theory and practicals. Surely I can push, you know. But the idea was still very far-fetched for me. So I was like, I want to do medicine, but let me relax a bit. Second year, guys, I did not want to be working with teeth anymore. Like, I just knew it. Like, I didn't mind it, but I knew that I just didn't want to dedicate my life to doing this thing because I wouldn't be fulfilled, you know. And now the more I'm thinking about this whole idea of I can still get into medicine even after doing this degree. I was still focused on my books, but I was more like, we can get in, let's see what we can do, you know. And I think that's when I also started becoming more familiar with YouTube, and I'd search online, and I think it was if not Nosipho Mhlongo, it was Julia Sackman, and they spoke about their journeys into medicine, and something in my brain went off, and I didn't want to hear anything else anymore. In my mind, I was like, this is what I want. I don't know how, but this is what I want, you know. And of course it helped that I had friends who were also trying to get in. So now it's like, okay, it's actually common for so many of us to not get in via like straight from matric and then try another route, of which I didn't know about this previously. So that's all that's stuck in my head now. I can still get into medicine. Guys, you know when they say something drove you crazy, I would see, but not in a bad way, I would see like girls walking on campus, and like I don't know why it's specifically black girls, and I'd be so enchanted by the fact that she's got her stethoscope and her scrubs and she's studying to be a doctor. Like it just did something for me, you know. And fine, I was like, okay, we are going to focus. I think that's when I was like, I'm focusing. I think that was the year that I decided, I actually want to give my academics my all, and I wanted to prove to myself that I can actually do this. Like, I'm gonna do this. But in second year, guys, I was like, I'm working, and my goal is medicine. One thing about life, you're gonna want it to go right, and it will go the opposite direction of how you want it to go. Fine, second year came, working, you know, pushing. And you know, guys, I studied in second year. I don't even want to lie. End of second year comes, they call us in at school and they say to us, unfortunately, you guys will not be going to third year. Why? No, certain requirements were not met. Everything just came tumbling down. Like, excuse me, what did you just say? Because I was on a roll here. I was supposed to be in third year next year, completing this degree and getting into medicine. What exactly are you saying by that we're going to have to repeat? Like, yeah. Long story short, we were gonna have to repeat a certain component for 6 months, and that meant that our degree was going to be extended by 6 months. I was shattered. I really was, but I think we all were, but we just had to keep our head up, you know. And so the following year came, and when everybody was starting off the year in second year, in third year, remember second year 0.2. And I think that came with a lot of and I don't know, like, I don't want to call it shame, but it came with a lot of like, because you know, come on, that was not supposed to happen. You know, when something like that cannot happen and then it just happens. I can't believe I can't believe that actually happened. So when second year 0.2 was starting, I think it was a very tough time for me mentally, and I think that was the first time I had to actively deal with my mental problems, because I could see, or if I didn't deal with them like properly, they were going to catch up with me. That year for me was it was a very long year, but it was a very necessary year, because for me it was, well, I am going to do this, and because already we had such a huge obstacle in our way, there's no other obstacle that can stop me now. Like, we have to study. And I think I had the most amazing study partner. Like, we held each other accountable, and we studied. Like, we really really got into our books, and we studied and we helped each other and we taught each other, and we finally finished the 6 months of repeating second year. And then we started third year in the middle of the year. Final part of third year started, which was in 2019. It was okay, you know. Obstacles were there, a whole lot of obstacles. During the holidays, I then decided that I wanted to do the GEMP program, because in my mind I was like, you know what, I am not going to do a 6-year degree. I do not have the time, I do not have the energy. I want to do this 4-year degree and be done with it. But because I didn't do maths, chemistry and physics at a university level, it meant that I had to apply for like courses to do that specifically. And I was like, okay, it's fine. It's just 4 months of me doing things here and there, finishing off my clinical hours, or my clinical, like having to finish off my clinics, and then I'm sure I'll have like spare time to do everything else. So I was then like, okay, I am going to then apply for these modules. Back of my mind when I was studying, my whole mindset was I need to get to as close to 100% as possible, because I really needed a good average to try and compete to get into medical school, you know. And at that point in time, there were quite a few YouTubers already talking about their journeys into medicine and all of that, and I was like, say less, I am going to work so hard. And I really did work hard, and I got onto the dean's list in final year and I got awards. I was so happy. Great. When the time to apply came, I sat myself down and I thought about it. I was like, Gile, whether you do GEMP, which is a 4-year course, or you do the normal medicine degree, which is the 6-year course, it doesn't matter, because once you're in, all you have to do is get to the finishing line and you would have achieved your dream of being a doctor. So I had to not necessarily weigh my options, but it was a thing of, I'm going to apply everywhere for medicine. Everywhere, if that university offers medicine, get the application form. I really didn't care at this point in time where I was going to end up. So I applied, decided, well, okay, that's it for GEMP. That means I'm going to be doing the 6-year course anyway. Might as well make peace with it. In the midst of making peace with it, I'm working. Let me enjoy my life. Worked for about 6 or 7 months. It's now towards the end of the year. My August, September, had to now start expecting like replies from the university. For that, July, I got my very first, I think it was late June or early July, I got my very first rejection letter from the University of Stellenbosch. I was shattered, because I was like, what a bad way to start things, right? And this was a week before my graduation. I was just like, yo, hi, it's fine. First no, let's go. You know what? It doesn't matter what, guys. Rejection hurts so much. In the moment, you just feel like, how could I not be good enough for this? Like, why was I not good enough, you know? But I was just like, you know what? It's fine. 1 down, 7 more to go. When I was now starting to be very expectant of a response from somebody to say that we're going to be taking you every day, check the portal, have they said anything? Like, I was very stressed, guys. Like, my anxiety was through the roof. A week before what's supposed to happen. So that week, I remember UFS sends me an email, and they're like, we regret to inform you that your application has not been successful to study medicine at UFS. Sure. Didn't feel good about it at all, but I was just like, it's fine, let me keep on waiting for the responses. And then a week later, I remember that day I was at work and I knocked off, you know, and I was like, yo, I just want to get myself some Starbucks and just, you know, like, just zone out a bit, because nobody is saying what I want them to say, and even those that are responding, they're not responding the way that I need them to respond. So I went to Starbucks, got my Starbucks, and then I went home. I was living in Bram at that moment, at that time, working in Rosebank. So I'd take a taxi and yeah, I'd go back to Brown. And I remember that day I found my roommate, and I was like, yo, you know what? I explained to her, yo, I'm actually just not in a good space mentally because of the fact that I'm not getting the responses that I need to be getting. And I remember that day my roommate was just like, ah, sissy, it's gonna happen. Like, just try and relax. It's not easy, but just try and relax. So I went into my room, and I was just like, whatever. Anyway, let me just randomly check. Rolling my eyes. Because already I had checked that day. I had like already checked the portal when I was at work, and there was no response. So I'm just like rolling my eyes, like, yeah, let me just check, whatever, you know. And I'm there on the bed, lying on my bed, swapping up on my phone. I'm saying I didn't even need to read no. At the very end of like the row thing, there's like an accept or decline offer. Ne? I didn't even have to read anything. When I saw that accept or decline, I jumped off of my bed screaming, like, finally, you know that moment, like, just to try and describe it from what I can remember, it was like, in that moment, I was in the moment of my answered prayer. Like, that was the very moment that I had been praying for so long, that I was so worried about, that I worked for, you know, like it was blood, sweat, and tears. And in that moment, that prayer got answered. I was over the moon. I was ecstatic. I don't want to lie. I was so happy, guys. I was so happy. I was relieved. I was happy because it was finally my yes. You know, it was finally, yes, go for it, you know. And that was that. I was like, every other university that hasn't said anything, mwah, it's your loss, boo-boo. I'm gone. I'm going to tax Kishap. Like, and that's it. That's my journey, you know. I had a few challenges here and there, but I am so proud of myself, if I can say that, for giving myself the chance to try again. Because 16-year-old Gile just didn't have it in her to believe in herself. And because I didn't believe in myself then, I lost out on that opportunity. However, when the moment or the opportunity presented itself again, in a different way this time, and obviously it would have different challenges, of course, I decided to take it on. And I was like, well, let me just prove to myself that I can do this. And I can say without fail, that has been one of the most fulfilling decisions that I have made for myself to this point, you know. It didn't really matter to me. Of course, at first it mattered because I was like, I don't have 6 years to be in school. But when I thought about it, I was like that amount of years, that 6 years, is going to be the amount of years that I need to change my life and to make my dream come true and to make myself proud. And so it doesn't matter how long it takes. The fact that I'm in, that on its own is so rewarding and so affirming. So let me just go for it, you know. Have I thought about how life was going to go on? Of course I thought about it. I thought about how people around me and people that I grew up with, or my friends, they're going to be moving into different stages of their lives, a couple of stages of their lives, and I'm still going to be in school. I've definitely thought about it, but I do not think there is anywhere else that I would rather be right now than chasing my dream. I think it's a blessing, and I'm so fortunate to be able to do that. So I try my best not to compare. Of course, you know, sometimes it does happen that you're sitting down and you're thinking, sure, people are actually like starting, like people are deep into their careers now, or, you know, people are traveling and people are having families, and oh, how I wish that could have been that for me. But most of the times I really do think this is where I am supposed to be, this is where I'm meant to be. I know this is where I'm meant to be right now. Let me say, outside of my spirituality, family and close friends, medicine is very important to me. It is very important to me. And so for me, on most days I try and give it what I can, because look, it's not an easy, like this degree is here. I am it, you know, but it's so important for me to be here right now and to go after what I want, you know. It was such a confidence booster for me, because it was like anything that I can literally achieve anything that I want to if I put my mind to it. And for somebody who didn't even apply in matric because I just didn't think I was smart enough, and I was just like, I'm not smart enough, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm so thankful for having to have a second chance at trying again. But if I would do it again, if I could tell 13, 14-year-old me, it would just be, believe in yourself and take that leap of faith. Yes, you're not an A student, but just try and believe in yourself, you know. I give it what I can on a lot of days, you know. I'd love to say I give it my all. Do I try my best when I can? So yeah, guys, that's me, that's my journey. Just sharing it because when I was trying to get in and I was trying to like figure out ways that I can get into medicine, I know that I could have used with so many stories. And after I heard those stories and I heard people's stories, it changed a lot for me. Like it almost was like, nah, let's do it. It was almost like a confirmation of, let's go, let's see what this journey has in store for us, you know. So I'm really just putting it up here because I don't know if there's going to be somebody who just needs to hear this for them to be like, let me actually go for it. But thank you guys so much for, if you have gotten to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Jeez, I just still have to learn if it's this side or this side, but I think it's on the left side. So please do not forget to press that subscribe button. Please don't forget to comment, like, and share. Guys so much once again. I will see you guys in the next video.